Hello. So, welcome in to day 2 of BrawlKaiser's Bizarre Donathon Arc 3, Dark Souls 3, where last time I beat Udex Gundyr, and while so I checked the VOD after that stream, and while live on stream, y'all did not get to see me beating Udex. The VOD on YouTube does actually have me beating Udex, so I'm glad that that's there. I'm glad that it actually is there. Anyway, so welcome in. I'm gonna be continuing with this game again. I gotta mention something. Okay, so something I forgot to do during last week's stream that I really wish I'd remembered to. I was gonna set a timer to see how soon, or like, I was gonna set a timer to see how long it would be before someone tries to someone starts backseating me while playing a Soulsborne game. And I really wish I had set that timer because I didn't even make it out of the first area before someone started telling me where to go. So, I'm gonna say this just once in the title, and it's in the title of the stream there. No backseating. If you do it, you're gonna get muted. I'm not gonna play this game how you play this game. I'm not gonna go I'm not gonna go to every area in the exact order you went to, and I'm not gonna play this game wielding the exact equipment and fighting the bosses in the exact order you did. That's kind of the point of a game. That's kind of the point of a game like this. So, if you are unhappy that I am not playing this game like you are, just go play this game yourself. Okay, anyway. Alright, I need to go.
Ashen One, produce the coiled sword of the bonfire. The mark of ash will guide thee to the land of the lords.
Also, a couple of things happened this week to talk about.
Where the homes of the lords converge.
She's just so happy to go out there and fight the undead. She's just so excited to go out there and fight the undead.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Okay, but... So, first thing I actually have to mention is that, well, we're less than $30 away from the $800 donation goal, which if we reach that, I'm going to do some smaller D&D campaigns designed to be played by one person. And then, so we could reach that. Detective Heartache raiding with a party of 9, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hope your stream went well. Okay, so the first thing to mention is that, so the anniversary of when I started streaming is June 29th, but June 29th is on a Monday this year, and unfortunately that means I can't stream on that day due to my work hours, just because I won't get out of work until like 6:30 in the evening. So, the 7th anniversary stream is gonna be this Sunday, June 28th. And what it's going to be is I'm going to be drawing all the characters that y'all... This is going to be one of the Donothon goals. One of the Donothon goal streams is I'm going to be drawing all the characters that y'all have told me to draw. So, if you haven't told me... If you want to tell me what character you want me to draw, and you haven't yet, make sure to go to this form, like, immediately. Like, as soon as possible, because once it reaches, like, Friday, or maybe, like, Wednesday, basically, like, at a point through this week, I'm gonna stop taking suggestions, and then I'm gonna have to, get ready for the drawing stream. But I would have liked to, start a big RPG on the anniversary stream, but I just can't due to, my work hours and, like, my current living situation. So instead, I'm gonna make it the stream where that's gonna be the anniversary stream will be when I draw the characters you'll want me to. I am also going to check this week to see if I get, since July 4th is a Saturday, I'm going to check to see if maybe I get July 3rd off. Because if I can, then I might be able to do a bonus stream on that day. Okay, let's go. Let me go ahead and go to the next area. Take Park says, I got my 3rd platinum this week during stream, so I must taunt Trippy with it. Okay, so I have to say this again. If you're still hanging around from the raid, thank you very much. However, so something that I forgot to do last stream of this game, and I wish I had, was I was going to set a time during the part 1 of Dark Souls 3. I was going to set a timer to see how long it would be before someone tries to backseat me while playing a Soulsborne game. And I wish I had set that timer because I didn't even get out of the first area before someone tried to tell me where to go. So, I have it. This is your only warning, and I have it written in the title of the stream, no backseating. I'm really tired of it. I guess I need to go here. It's the only area available, so. If there's like an area in the game you want me to go to, then sure. There's an area in the game you want me to go to, then okay, I'll see if I can fit it. I'll see if I can get there. But if I'm walking down a path, don't just tell me everything about what's in that path. Let me find out. Sleepless, you don't get to make the joke because you were one of the people that was backseating on that first stream. Alright, where am I at? That's a pretty nice city. Sleep says, I think the only backseating I did was telling you it was death. That doesn't... Well... The only backseating you've done during Dark Souls 3 so far. Like I said, this isn't the first time. This isn't the reason I'm so agitated about this is because this is not the first time that I've been playing a game for the first time, and some people and certain people in the chat keep trying to tell me where to go or what to do. And after how Bloodborne went, I'm just... Any patience I would have had for it is gone. So if I screw up a lot, that's okay. The whole point of this is that I'm trying to get through this game, despite how much I'll definitely screw up. Oh, I'm checking the YouTube VOD. Alright, checking the YouTube feed to see how it's looking. Okay. There was, like... Okay, so, onto happier things, I am playing through some demos from Steam Next Fest. Once I've figured out what are my favorite demos from Steam Next Fest, I'll probably next Sunday stream talk about the demos I like the most. Oh. Wait, were they up there? Okay, well, let me just go. Oh, they're here. Dev Heart says, Sleepy is a serial backseater. This is true. So, yeah, I'll be talking... there was a trailer for Yasmin, the next character coming to Street Fighter 6, the Filipino girl with a knife. Definitely gonna watch that trailer because One, she looks really cool, and two, this might be like the quickest. This might be the quickest that a character has that people have instantly been like the reception to Yasmin for Street Fighter 6 has almost instantly been, just from the first trailer, just instantly been, put this character on the box art. She's the new. Get out of here, Luke. Luke, get out of here. Yasmin is the new main character of Street Fighter 6. She hasn't even been added to the game yet. We just saw a trailer for her. Hey, Rella, welcome in. One thing that is gonna take a little bit of getting used to, and this is just something I'm gonna have to get used to. So, for those who, if you all remember during Bloodborne, which was like 2 to 3 months ago at this point, so like my playstyle throughout most of Bloodborne was using the Blades of Mercy, especially using like the dual blade setup with the Blades of Mercy, and I'm starting out in Dark Souls 3 with that. However, what it's going to take me, I'm going to have to get a little bit more used to like how not as aggressive Dark Souls 3 is, and also that I don't have the health regeneration by more I don't have Bloodborne's regain lost health by stabbing. Are they dead? Did I kill them? Okay, they're not dead. They're not dead. I got so used to Bloodborne's whole mechanic of, did you lose health? Well, just keep stabbing. That it's going to take me a little bit of getting used to. It's going to take me a little bit of getting used to that not being a thing here. Okay. Ow. Oh, dang it. So for those who weren't here during the previous arcs of the Donothon, so the way this works is this is the third game I'm playing in a row with a limited number of lives. I'm going to try to beat Dark Souls 3 with a limited number of lives. I already played through Bloodborne and XCOM 2, and now I'm going to try to beat this game with the remaining lives I have. Now, if my lives goes down to 0, that's it. Playthrough over. Okay, that's a little bit loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I'm going to turn the game's volume down a little bit. That's a little bit loud. And every dollar donated to the stream will add another life. So, $1 will add 1 life. Like a sub to the channel will give 6 lives, and so on and so forth. So, if you're able to, please consider donating. Subs, bits, and gift subs will help, but direct donations help out the most. And we are nearing the $800 donation goal, which if you reach that, then I will do some D&D solo campaigns. These are like small D&D solo adventures. These are like smaller D&D campaigns designed to be played and DM'd by one person. And so if we reach this, then I will... So if we reach this goal, then what I'll do is I'll do a stream where I make D&D characters and let y'all kind of influence what characters I make. And then I will... and then I'll do some... and then I'll decide what D&D campaign... Which of these solo campaigns to try, or to go through, and then I will actually like do a stream where I play those solo campaigns with the characters I made. So, okay, since I died already, let me just go ahead and show the Yasmin trailer, because this is probably one of the things that happened this week that I'm the most excited for. So, Yasmin here is the next character coming to Street Fighter 6, and she's the series' first Filipino representative. A thing which people are very happy about. actually... Okay, that's a little bit low. Let me actually turn up the volume a little bit. And I'm just gonna have to... Yeah, I'm just gonna have to exit out the game for a second.
I hit the streets to prove that I'm a fighter.
I see what you did there.
If you can.
And yeah, just instantly from people seeing her trailer, she's already become a fan favorite. Like, there's already fan art of her. There's already fans of the game, Street Fighter calling for her to be on the next box art. She's also looks really fun to play. Like, she's very fast-paced and definitely a character I want to try out. And that energy boomerang looks nasty. That is gonna mess with people. It is a little sad that because World Tour mode has ended for Street Fighter 6, we're not going to get to see like little like World Tour cutscenes with John Street Fighter meeting the new character. Because those did a lot to introduce the character's personality.
Thank you so much. Ready.
I'm guessing, so she's definitely going to be like a Rekka character, or like Rekka, maybe Rushdown character? Character who doesn't really do that much damage with individual hits, but can combo them together really well. And of course, you can tell, very fast-paced. I definitely like her first outfit with like the wraps. Yeah, this first outfit I definitely like a lot more than the school outfit though. I think that might be just because I'm kind of over high school settings and school out. Yeah, I'm kind of just over school outfits.
Sounded kind of cool. Right?
Yeah, but just so Brianna says, looks like her playstyle is like DJ, Chun-Li, and Ryu. I've actually seen a lot of people compare her playstyle to like Ibuki, which was she was a ninja girl, kind of like Kimberly, but was featured in like Third Strike in like Street Fighter 3. Yeah, but okay, so just to like show like how much people are really liking her. Oh, jeez, hold on. How much people are really liking her. Okay, so most Street Fighter character trailers, they don't get this many views. They, like... And you also don't really see, like, reaction. Like, a lot of people reacting to the trailer. Or, like, you don't really see a lot of reaction videos to the trailer. But let me just go back here to, like, Ingrid. Okay, so Ingrid's teaser trailer kind of introducing her. This was released 2 months ago, has like 500,000 views. And this is like, okay, this was actually the trailer showing a gameplay, and that has 700,000 views, but that was a month. So this got 700,000 views in a month. Yasmin's trailer got that in 3 days. People really like her. Renelle says, wow, the Mia and Tifa picture was interesting. So I know this artist. And I'm not surprised. I know that's I think Reich, R-E-I-Q's art, and he does a lot of art like this. And I've also watched some of Rufelmonger's videos. Rufelmonger is a channel that goes really in depth on like that talks a lot about like every single bit of fighting game news and like every single chain and every kind of news for every kind of fighting game Rufelmonger talks about. And this is very much in his... using this picture is very much in his style. But, I mean, I don't blame him. One of the... Like, as soon as Tifa was announced, people was going... As soon as Tifa was announced for Street Fighter, people realized that Chun-Li Mai Shiranui, and Tifa Lockhart, like three of the biggest like fan favorite fan servicey characters from video games that came out in the 90s. All three of them are in the same game. Personally, I'm really excited about seeing Tifa interact with Marisa. Just because even though it has been a couple years, I will keep pushing that Tifa is from Italy. That Tifa is actually from Italy joke until I forget about, or until I am dead. But yeah, from what I've seen about her, she looks a lot of fun. Or going back to Yasmin, from what I'm seeing of her, she looks a lot of fun. We also we rarely have a weapon fighter. So, we rarely have a fighter that uses the weapons in Street Fighter, so...
Thank you so much.
Okay, they're also... from what the information, because, like, whenever Street Fighter releases one of these character trailers, they also release, like, a blog talking about the character in depth. And I'm not going to pull up the blog, but... From the blog and information we found, it's Street Fighter is doing something really cool here with this, which is what one of the coolest things about fighting games, and this is what Street Fighter is doing with Yasmin here, is like showing characters from different nationalities and making them really cool. Like having a character from a different nationality who's not usually featured in a video game and making them look cool is something fighting games can do pretty easily, because you just gotta make them look cool and give them a cool fighting style. And with Yasmin, they're definitely like, I don't know how big fighting games are in the Philippines, but with the blog they showed for Yasmin, the Street Fighter is definitely leaning into like honoring her culture. Like all her move names are in Tagalong. And from something I found out, Yasmin's like design, especially her hair, is based off the Philippines eagle, which is like it's got when agitated, the feathers on top of the eagle's head will like puff up like her hair is here. And then when not as agitated, when like calmer or like more frightened, their feathers on their head will actually go down like her hair does after battle. And of course that combined with like the karambit she's wielding, which if she's holding that in the right position close to her face, it almost looks like a beak. Yeah, they've really taken a lot of inspiration from, I believe, what is like the national bird of the Philippines for her design. Which again, cool way to honor a culture. Yeah, that was one of the things I had to show off, because it's really as soon as I saw this girl with abs and a knife, as soon as I saw this girl with like abs and a knife, I thought I want to play that character. But then seeing this trailer, like, this convinced me before, like, dang, she looks really cool. Okay, back to the game. Although, okay, so in some sadder news, though, gaming-related news, though, it seems like Xbox is just really sad that it's still alive, and that nobody has ended, that Xbox is still allowed to exist, and so they're just, and so it seems that they're taking this anger, at their own existence out on all their devs, because, like, earlier this week, I don't know what I did there, but earlier this week, a couple of dev studios got released, like Ninja Theory. Like, everyone I think Ninja Theory was shut down, which Ninja Theory just announced that they were making they were working on a third Hellblade game. think it might have also... I'll have to check to see, like, what other studios were announced to be shutting down. It was Ninja Theory. Okay, it was Compulsion Games, who made South of Midnight, which that's a shame because that is a game that I eventually did want to try out if I could get the chance. Like I wasn't sure when I'll be honest, I wasn't sure when I was going to buy it just because of the ban against Microsoft games that I have. But I did look from the trailers I saw, it did look really cool. Sleep says, not quite. Studios are being discussed internally for closure, but they are in negotiation with Xbox to buy themselves back from Microsoft and avoid closure. Okay. Okay, some of the words about the reports I heard must have been mixed up. I thought that it was announced that they had closed, not that they were in discussion to be closed. Well, I hope they can buy themselves back. So it says Ninja Theory, Double Fine, and Compulsion were the big three, but there's other ones that are on the table. Honestly, it seems like Double Fine, if they can just get... It seems like Double Fine would be better off if they could just get out from being under Microsoft and just do their own thing, and just be allowed to do their own thing. There is a game development... There's a documentary I've been recommended to watch called, like, about Double Fine and their experience making Psychonauts or Psychonauts 2 while working with Microsoft, and just how insane the people at Microsoft were. Detective Hart says, I'll be honest, it's unlikely. Even if they buy themselves back, investor money is scarce in games due to AI. Fucking AI. And so they would likely struggle to find funding and then close anyway, with the only winner being in Microsoft getting paid for the buyout. Yeah, you do have a point. You do have a point there, Detective. Every industry is getting hit by this, like, generative AI fad, but it feels like well, maybe it's because, like, video games are, like, an industry I really focus on, because, you know, I play video games, and I want to maybe make video games someday, but it feels like generative AI is hurting video games, like, the video games industry is one of the ones that's getting hurt by generative AI the most. Now, to be clear, again, everything is getting hurt by this bullshit. Just everything is getting messed up by generative AI. But there was the Steam Next Fest that's going on, and someone came up with an add-on for Firefox that, like, will instantly block a game on Steam if it has like a disclosure that's saying it was AI was used to make it. And people who had that add-on installed that add-on, the sheer amount of games they saw that, like, had like a third of the games being featured in the Steam Next Fest got cut out from their list, or got cut out from their from Steam Next Fest for them. So it's attacking on Detective Notes. If they did free themselves, they'd probably need to make new IPs too, since Microsoft is likely to hold those IPs even if the studio that made them are dead and gone. You got a point there. Even though I haven't seen Smiling Friends yet, I do want to watch it now that it's finished. But even though I haven't seen Smiling Friends yet, there's this one quote from the episode they did about, like, bringing back an old 3D platformer series, where it's like this CEO going, "It's my IP to sit on and do nothing with," and dang, if that ain't just the most accurate thing. Oh, speaking of shows that recently finished, at some point, okay, so I haven't seen The Amazing Digital Circus. And in fact, I've somehow managed to avoid all spoilers and most information about that show. But now that it's done, now that like all the episodes have been released online, I do think at some point I want to watch the entire show on stream. There better not be... Oh, no! Well, that didn't do anything. All right. Forgot there was a wall back there. I forgot there was a jail cell back there. Okay, that's 161 lives remaining. But yeah, I do think I want to... I think at some point... I'm not sure when I'll get... It'll have to wait until after I can start streaming more days. But I think, yeah, after I start streaming more days... After I'm able to start streaming more days in the week, then I'll, like, at some point, I'm going to probably watch, like, the entire Amazing Digital Circus on stream. There's other shows I'd really want to watch on stream too, like maybe some seasons of Kamen Rider. Not Kamen Rider Geats. I just watched through that. I just finished my rewatch of that season. And after my when I watched through that season for the first time, I really liked it. Upon my second rewatch, my second time watching that season, and now having seen. Watching Geats for the second time at the same time I'm watching the head writer for that show's other show, the currently ongoing Kamen Rider Zets, made me realize a lot more problems. It made me realize a lot more problems that Geats has. For those who don't watch Kamen Rider, I could actually describe like what a lot of problems are, is because basically the lead writer of Kamen Rider Geats, Yuya Tanahashi. I want to make sure I get his name right. Yuya Takahashi. That's it. Okay, so Yuya Takahashi has become kind of a controversial figure in Kamen Rider series because with Kamen Rider Zets, the currently ongoing season, this is now his 4th Kamen Rider season that he's been the head writer for. And he always writes the exact same characters. So, if you're watching a Yuya Takahashi season, you're almost guaranteed to have a character, a Kamen Rider who's like a green-colored, very idealistic character who's either the main character or like the second protagonist. He's either the main protagonist or the secondary protagonist. And then at some point late in the story, a girl character in the show that he's close to is gonna die, and it's make him gonna go off the deep end, and he's gonna go crazy. he's gonna go crazy, and no one will like it. You will also be guaranteed to see, if you're watching a Yuya Takahashi season, there will be a much more cynical. The coolest character the character that Yuya Takahashi wants to be the coolest in a Kamen Rider season is the white-colored writer who is carrying a gun. And is much more cynical than the idealistic green writer. And then there will also be There will also be in a Yu Yu Takahashi season a purple-colored rider who starts off as a really crazy psychotic, crazy villain to the main riders. But then after he gets defeated the first time, he becomes like, I'm quirky. Now I will be honest, these characters are not exact. There have been times where Takahashi has slightly changed the character and made them slightly different. But it's still like 3 out of 4 times. The one that will definitely happen, though, the most annoying one, and this is the one that will definitely happen every single Yu Yu Takahashi season, is there will be a female character who in the writer season who doesn't become a writer. She starts off, but like initially fans like her because she's a fun, silly side character who's kind of there to kind of like help explain the world, and to kind of be the fun, just the fun side character to the main writer. But then at every point in every Takahashi season, at some point, he will try to make that girl like more plot relevant, but it's just by making her like a living MacGuffin for the for whatever the villains want. And then instead of doing like her fun little joke, instead of doing like fun comedic scenes, which kind of add a little bit of levity or humor or like a little bit of character to the season, now she's kind of just locked away in like chains, or like she's just kind of locked away in a corner, and everyone else has to go save her, and she doesn't really get to do anything. Oh, thanks, Dragon. Sleep says, oh, so she gets Kyrie. Yes. Yes. It's gotten so bad that when I brought this up to some friends in one of the servers I'm in, which is kind of like full of like tokusatsu fans, one of them said like, one of my friends, as soon as he saw the girl in the current season, as soon as he saw the girl in Geats, he was like, as soon as he saw the girl in the current season's Kamen Rider Zets, he instantly said like, that's gonna be the Takahashi girl. and they were right. So, amongst like people, so Kamen Rider Zets is kind of it's at an interesting. Oh, there's another problem with Takahashi seasons I've noticed, which is the season starts off by being like a Monster of the Week show. I can't believe I survived that. So, okay, there's another problem with Takahashi seasons, which is that the season will start off being more of a Monster of the Week show that kind of like really like goes heavy in on the gimmick of the season. Like with Zeds, it's like spy movies and dream and like entering dream worlds. With Geats, it's like being inspired by like a battle royale video game like Fortnite or like Apex Legends. In the early half of the season, they really lean into that, and it's like and it always initially gets people really interested in the season. And then at some point like about halfway through the series, or maybe a little after, about halfway through the series, or maybe even like a little before halfway through the series, they kind of just drop that and try to do like a more instead of a Monster of the Week plot, do a continuing story plot, like the events, all the events in one episode are directly followed up on in the events in the next episode, and it ends up not working as well. And so the reason I bring it up is because Zets is kind of in an odd place, because for initial like people who are new to Kamen Rider, it's been great. It's like it actually has done a great job in introducing people to Kamen Rider for the first time. new viewers to Kamen Rider. And like people, and I have been seeing like fan art and memes of like of the Zets characters, which is kind of like that's my barometer to see like how interested people are in a show or a video game or movie. I knew it was one of these fuckers. Oh great, did they laugh before in Dark Souls 1? I don't like their laughing. Oh, damn it. So the mimics in this game are fucking creepy. That laughter really is creepy. Okay, that's 160 lives left. But anyway, okay, so going back to what I was saying is that, like, so for initial fans or people who are new to Kamen Rider, like, Zets is being a great show at, like, introducing people to the series. But for fans like me, who've, like, I saw every single Yuya Takahashi season as a premiere. Like, the first like, in a hilarious kind of throwback, in a hilarious way, or, like, no, hilariously, my first season of Kamen Rider was Kamen Rider X8, which was a Yuya Takahashi season, and that's what got me into Kamen Rider. So Yuya Takahashi's version of like how he writes Kamen Rider did get me into Kamen Rider. But now we're on the 4th season like this. So a lot of like the more die-hard Kamen Rider fans are kind of just burned out or not even interested in watching Zets. Although all of us more diehard fans are really interested in seeing like what the next season, Kamen Rider Myth or Mies, we're not sure. We're not sure what it's called. It's like Kamen Rider MY-TH. It's like Kamen Rider MY-TH, and we're not sure if it's Myth or Mies. But it looks to be like based around mythology, and so that does look really cool to me specifically. So says, I do agree that it is the laugh that does it. Oh, in addition, okay, so also just last night, it was announced what the well, also there's the hope with like, okay, with how Kamen Rider Zets is doing. Hopefully that means that Kamen Rider with the next season, Kamen Rider Myth or Mies, will also be that will also release. That will also get like a Shout Factor or a Tokusatsu release, like how Zets did. Because we thought that Zets getting an international release was going to mean that like Project Red, the seasons of that were going to get an international release, but nope. Gavon Infinity isn't getting a. It's not getting it hasn't gotten an international release yet. And we just got announced the next season for Project Red, which is going to be okay. So unlike Sentai, which is like they're all like Sentai, this is going to be like they've made it clear with the second season that each season of Project Red is going to be something different. Not as in like they're going to still stick to some Tokusatsu like tropes. Like some Tokusatsu tropes that they were doing with Sentai and that they were doing with Sentai, but things are going to be noticeably very different because like the next season of Project Red is going to be called Kakusei Hunter Omega Horn. Oh no! Did my internet break down? Gosh damn it! I think my internet broke down. No, it was OBS. Just gonna connect now.